Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Otaku Oasis podcast. My name is Matthew, also known as Tyrion King, and I'm here with.
And I'm Joshua, and we are back again with Jujutsu Kaisen. Today we will be covering the second half of season 1, covering episodes 14 through 24 and chapters 32 through 64, which encompass the Kyoto Goodwill event arc and the Death Painting arc. Um, so, uh, little fun thing about this is this is technically not our first time recording this. Definitely, definitely didn't make an accident in the first recording.
Do the
um,
whole episode and figure out that we didn't record it? What? No, we're not that dumb.
no, it's yeah, but regardless, just I know at least it's been a while since we recorded the first part, and I think it's mostly just because I wanted to get what I said out of my head. But if you can remember at all, what were your thoughts on the second half of Jujutsu Kaisen, Matt?
It was good. It's not like I can't remember any of it. It's just it's been a month since I've seen the content, so I don't remember every exact plot detail, but I remember the important stuff. It was good.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, um, but yeah, so just getting into it, we start with the Kyoto Goodwill arc, which starts with Itadori being reintroduced to the cast, and man, the reactions are not what it was expected, because Gojo's like, this whole plan will be great. It'll give it'll excite everyone because they'll all be sad because they miss you so much and whatnot, and I don't know. It's very simple, but I love that the reaction is like the exact opposite.
Oh yeah, no, it's hilarious.
I'm like, I know I can see it from a mile away, but it's still fun to
Oh yeah,
watch.
no, like you can see it coming from a mile away. It's still funny.
Yeah. Um, but around this point that we also get we get introduced to like the Kyoto team as well, which we'll eventually get into like all the fights and whatnot. But just in this beginning part, they're just kind of strategizing about how to go about, because it's an event basically where you're meant to eliminate the curses, and whoever eliminates the most curses win. Um, But the Kyoto school is giving instructions just to kill Itadori, basically. Um,
I hate their principal. He's really, really, really annoying.
yeah, Gakuganji. I don't know. I feel like he's potentially better by the end of this arc, but we'll get into it when we
Even
get there.
that, still no.
No. I know. I know. But yeah, it's we practically get like right into the match. And so it practically. Oh, actually, there is one thing I should mention before we start. I nearly forgot. Toto basically says that he wants no part in eliminating Itadori, so he just nopes out. And it's like, yeah, if you get in my way, I'll kill you. So just letting you know.
Classic Toto.
Yeah. Um. So yeah. So now we start the battle basically. And immediately the Tokyo team runs into Toto, and basically they just let Itadori take him because they plan to use him as bait for Toto, which actually turned out a lot better than they would have thought. I think,
Yeah.
especially because Toto immediately asks Itadori the question on his preferences, and of course it's the same preferences, so we get the
Instant best
amazing.
friends.
Yeah, but the amazing Toto imagination scene where he's in school with Itadori, and then he just like comes out of it. He's like, "My brother."
Yeah. I think Toto is probably one of the best parts of this arc.
Oh no, for sure. Um, him and Itadori, I think, just make this arc so much fun.
Yeah.
Um, but when they get into their fight, and I struggle to even really call this a fight because Toto more uses it as a way to like train Itadori, because he's like, you know, you're good, kid, but you could do even
You
better.
could be better.
Yeah. And I think it's not only just because he likes him as a person, but also just because Itadori's strong, and I think Toto likes that.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I think Toto likes people who have strong like likes. I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. So while that goes on, basically Itadori learns the Black Flash from Toto throughout this. And then we get the next fight, which is Panda versus Mekamaru, which I really like this battle just because we finally get like a backstory on Panda, and also like we get to learn of what his different forms actually mean and whatnot.
Yeah, no, the panda fight is really well done. I think it was one of my. It was another highlight of this arc.
Yeah, no, I really like it just because we learn like about like that he has like three spirit cores basically in him, and we've only seen two of them, and that third one I swear has to be coming like whenever like in the like season two. I have to
I would
imagine
imagine.
just because they kept it mysterious on purpose, but I'm like, man, it's gonna be so cool whenever it comes out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Ugh.
But otherwise, Mechamaru is also pretty interesting. Just like his thing of where he's like, just because he's talking to Panda throughout the entire thing, like you wouldn't get it because like he's Mechamaru's not like his actual main body. He's a person, but who's like highly like I don't know, like his body's like kind of broken and he's weak to sunlight and whatnot.
Wasn't that like he was blessed with amazing power, but like it destroyed his body or something?
Yeah, I believe that's how basically this show sums it up. But it's like Panda's like, like he just is like, I'll be your friend. I don't even care because it's like you humans are strange, so I don't really quite get what all makes you strange, but I forget what it is, but it's like he accepts it anyway, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that's just like one of those. It's like it's only like the fight only lasts like an episode, but I think it's like probably one of the best highlight episode fights out of this one, like other than one other one, but we'll get to that one pretty soon.
Yeah.
Um, so before we get to kind of the next major fight, we have two kind of smaller fights. We have Maki versus Miwa, and it basically is just Maki basically overpowering Miwa and stealing her sword, cause I don't know. I just find this fight very funny, and that like Miwa's just like, oh, she's ranked grade 4. She can't like she must be pretty weak, but nah, her strength's like that of a grade 1. But they just can't like they couldn't really admit that.
Magic racism.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's it's always fun. Gotta love it when families hold very old traditional values.
So much fun. We love to see it.
Yeah. And then the other small battle we have is Nobara versus Momo, which is um which is just another like small skirmish. I don't know. It's not bad per se. Like I get what it's going for. It's just I don't know. It's pretty short and um I don't know. Like the concept behind it is like just that Momo's trying to protect like Mai's thing by like
Momo's
basically
the
saying
wizard
like you don't.
one, right? The one who flies on the broomstick.
Yeah.
Did we ever get her name?
Yeah.
I don't remember ever hearing a name from her.
Yeah, they did say Momo like at least once or twice, I believe.
All right.
But yeah, no, and it's just like also this thing about like girls need to be like girly and whatnot, and over it's just like very much the opposite of that.
That's dumb.
Yeah, no, and Hibara nearly wins it, but then Mai just cheap shots her.
It's what Mai does best, is being annoying and a cheater.
uh I mean,
I mean, she's
I
got
don't
the
know.
tragic backstory, but still doesn't
An,
change the fact that she's really
annoying,
annoying.
annoying. Sure, cheap. She can only be cheap like if she's sneaky enough or she uses that one bullet when we get to it.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so next would be Maki versus Mai, which is I think like practically the main fight, like other than like the main fight against the curse. So it's
I was
like the
about to
main
say,
human versus.
I would slightly. It is probably the main battle before the tournament goes crazy, but it is. I wouldn't necessarily say that that is the main fight of this arc.
Yeah, yeah. Before curse interference, it's like I think the main fight.
It is the most important fight, I would believe. Yeah,
Um, yeah, because
I think it's the most important
basically,
character
what was
fight.
the fight? Yeah, it's basically just an argument between Maki and Mai because Mai was basically just cursed with like this life that she didn't want to have, just being cursed to see curses and having high like cursed energy, while Maki literally is the opposite. It has no spirit, like not spiritual, cursed energy and just all the physical strength compared to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just kind of like I don't know. Like it definitely makes me at least understand where Mai's coming from, and I'm interested to see where they go with her in the future if she like redeems herself or at least becomes at least a little bit better. But that's a definite wait and see.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like this battle?
It was a good fight, from what I can remember. Like I can trying to remember the exact details of the fight. Like the only thing I can remember is the extra bullet technique that she had.
I mean, yeah, I mean, the fight I think like only is on like the trees for a few seconds. We go into the flashback, which I think takes up most of the fight,
I
and then
believe
we get to
so.
the final bullet. Yeah. There's the fight, while technically being short, if we exclude the flashback, I think the flashback helps make the fight better, I
Yeah.
think.
You can't really have that fight without that flashback.
Yeah, because it helps not only understand where Mai is coming from, but it also helps, like, give an expansion on, like, Maki's thoughts on, like, why she needed to leave and that, like, she couldn't stay behind because if she did, she'd hate herself for it and whatnot because she
So
wanted to prove the family wrong.
isn't Maki like cousins with Fushiguro?
um,
I know they're
I forget
related
if it
because
is
they're
the
both from the
case.
Zenin clan.
I'm like I think they might like I think he might be like a cousin or something. I forget.
I think
I
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's like something like that. He was disowned regardless.
Well,
It's
I
like
mean they both
he's
were.
part of it, but he's not part of it.
I mean, if you want to get technical, they
Yeah, but
both were
him
just
for
yeah,
well, yeah, but him for a different reason than her. Like him, he was disowned not directly because of himself,
yeah.
compared to Maki. Because I believe it was because we get a bit later, I believe, in the season that it's like Megami's dad like married someone else outside of the clan and whatnot,
Oh
and
right.
that's I believe caused it.
I was gonna
And,
ask. I was just gonna wait, but I figured we'd get into it eventually.
yeah, I mean, I'll just bring that up now because it's like a small detail brought up in the death painting arc. It's not too big of a deal.
Why is
We'll
it
get more
called the
into the
Death
rest of it
Painting
later
arc?
because that's the name of the curses that are fought in the arc.
Oh right, because they're based off an old painting. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was like trying to think of like where a paint, what a painting has to do with it. No, it's because the curses are based off a painting.
yeah.
And I think I asked you that exact
Um,
question last time we recorded this.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I figured there's going to be repeat, and that's why I just need to distance myself from it for a bit. Because if I redid it immediately after, I'm going to feel like, not only am I going to feel the repeat, but I'm also going to get mad at myself for the repeat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically they wouldn't know about the repeat.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm trying to structure this a bit differently than the first time around because
Makes
not that it was
sense.
bad. It was a little bit messy in some places.
You know, I think any episode we've had to re-record was messy in the first point, so it all works out eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. We've
Speaking of
definitely
re-recording
gotten better at it.
episodes,
I think.
we'll get back to My Hero eventually.
Yeah, no, we're at least current plan is I think gonna try and tackle after this and Demon Slayer, tackle the rest of the East Blue saga of One Piece, and then get back into My Hero.
How much is that? How much is that? How long is the East Blue Saga again?
Um, it's it may take a little bit, but it should only like there are like only I think what is it 1, 2, 3, 4 arcs left in the East Blue saga, and that can be broken down to like 3 to 4 videos depending.
All right. I don't know if I'm gonna want to do 3 to 4 One Piece episodes back to back, but we can talk about this off camera.
Yeah, yeah, we'll definitely get more into it off camera. Um,
So I guess I did promise
but
you that
anyways,
we'd
the
do it
last fight we
if we did the Hades Town episode. So I guess I do have a promise to upkeep,
yeah
making me call my
yeah I
own
just
word
also
into
want to get it
question.
out.
I get it.
I just also want no, I just also want to make sure that we get it out before the live action One Piece series comes out later this year. I
Oh,
think.
that's this year. I thought it came out next year.
Um, I'm assuming it'll probably be late this year, so
Mm.
I'm just like I just want to make sure that we have the East Blue saga out of the way while we still have time.
All right, well, we can start working on that.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. Anyways, so getting back into it, the last fight we have before everything goes awry, is Megumi versus let's see,
Thank you.
um, we have we have Megumi versus Noritoshi, and
That's
I don't
his
know, I
name.
don't have much to Noritoshi Kamo. I just say Noritoshi
I
just because.
I I forgot that he had a name. I don't think I knew. The only name I
Yeah,
knew from the other team from the sister school was my. That's it.
yeah, Mai and Toto.
Yeah, mine Toto. Toto, obviously. But I forgot
To
the
be
other ones
fair,
had
I think
names.
I was. To be fair, I think I'm about the same. I remember Makamaru as well, though.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's fair. But the ones that we don't see very much of, which makes sense why I don't remember them. Now that I say that
Yeah,
sentence out loud, I
Mekamaru.
can understand why I don't remember them.
Yeah, I mean Mekamaru. We don't see much of. We haven't seen much of either
But he's
yet at
got
this
such a
point either. But his
unique
name is
name.
just so. Well, yeah, and also it's a pretty simple name as well.
Yeah.
um,
I already forgot the wizard
but
girl's
yeah,
name. What
no.
was it?
So
Momo?
yeah, Momo. Um, but yeah, we have the fight between Fushiguro and Noritoshi, and I don't know. Uh, Not that not that the insight on Noritoshi is bad per se. I don't know. I feel like
We
either
learned
it'll be
we learned something about him.
yeah he has that flashback where it's like basically like his mother was like a concubine type thing,
Uh,
and
fine.
so he was basically like he basically grew up with like the need to try and prove himself and whatnot
I
because he's like the
vaguely
only
remember
I
this
think like
now.
yeah, like legitimate heir, I think, or something like that. I don't think it's to the Zenin family. I think it's to a different one.
I believe it's to a different one.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's not bad. I just feel like Miyamaki's is definitely better in comparison.
Yeah,
Um,
because there's an actual like relationship between those two. Like, there's meaning to that fight. If he's not part of the
yeah,
Zenin clan, then he's just airing his grievances on. He's just trauma dumping onto Fushiguro.
well, I mean, he did that because he said like that they were similar, that they're both like kind of like rejects in a way and whatnot, because like they're
Yeah.
both not like exactly like from the family and whatnot. Um, but I don't know. I just like I don't like I don't know. It's not that it's bad. I just didn't personally
I
like
I don't
care for it.
remember. I can barely remember that fight. The only part of that fight I remember is when it all goes to heck in a handbasket.
Yeah, I do like the introduction of like his blood techniques and whatnot, where it's like he's either like able to control like the arrows by putting a bit of blood on it,
That
or
was
being
pretty
able to
cool.
like actually shoot out blood and whatnot. But other than that, I'm like the fight. Otherwise, the fight is kind of unremarkable, and I'm actually kind of glad that this is where like it kind of changes pace.
Yeah.
Um, because it's like the only person we hadn't seen at this point who'd just kind of been on their own was Toge, and he basically had a run in with Hanami, which is the main curse that we're fighting for this arc. Um, and so he runs into to Megami and Noritoshi basically, and is like, it's serious when he actually pulls down his mask and says "run."
Yeah.
um, so basically, it's honestly just a race to try and get everyone together to try and take down Megami, or not Megami, Hanami. Gosh, they both end with me, and that
Hey,
tripped
that's
me up.
okay. There's a lot of confusing names in this show.
uh,
There's a
I don't
lot of
know.
confusing. There's a lot of similar names in shows in general. It can be kind of annoying if you're not paying that much attention.
Yeah, well, it's why I have stuff like pulled up on the side just so I can remember names and whatnot.
That is smart. See, I don't keep things open because last time I opened a wiki page while doing an episode, I spoiled the anime for myself. So I've decided I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, you see, I just make sure to go to specific pages and I don't click on anything else.
I accidentally scrolled an inch too far.
Yeah, that can happen sometimes. I understand. um, but yeah, so basically, you have Fushiguro, Toge, and Noritoshi running away from Hanami. They eventually meet up with Maki, and that's where we get Megami, Megami and Maki versus Hanami, where they both like switch the cursed weapons that they have, and Maki brings out like her special grade one that she has after breaking Vivo's katana.
Oh.
Um, yeah, but yeah,
Actually, can we go back to that
I don't know
Katana
what
Lady fight? Because I just remembered a really cool part of it was that she had this whole special. She did like a partial. What was it? It was a partial domain, and was
yeah,
so
yeah.
confident she was gonna win, and then just Maki was just too fast for her domain to even work.
Well, yeah, I mean, she also just broke her spear in half and threw half of it at her just to like make the zone activate before.
Yeah, domains are the
Like
coolest part of
Maki
this show.
is,
I'm gonna say with hands down, without a competition, the domains are the coolest part of this show.
oh yeah, no, for sure. Um, we'll definitely see more of one of those in the next arc. Um, but yeah, so just going back to and Maki versus Hanami. I forget what the weapon's called that Maki pulls out, but it's the one that's in the movie.
Yes, it's the three staff, similar to what Bond uses in Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, I really want to. I need to look up what it's called after this episode. But yeah, no, it's such a cool weapon, honestly.
If you can give me the name
but
of it, well, before I upload it, I'll put it in editor's. No, you know what? That's a lie. I'm not putting it in editor's note.
yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. um, but yeah, no. Basically that part ends with like basically Itadori and Toto showing up, and Maki basically, even though I think we see Maki like pass by Toto, and like it suggests that she says something to him, but we don't know what it is at this point. But it's basically that she left the staff in the water because not only did they just need to evacuate it because of Fushiguro getting hit by Hanami's attack that like leeches off of you because of using like cursed energy and whatnot, but we just basically have like it's a hint at the setup for later in the fight. Um, because then we get into Itadori and Toto versus Hanami, which honestly I think is where the animation starts going ham for the fights.
Yes, I will
Especially I
agree.
believe it's either episode 19 or 20, but it's like it has like that one really good animation where it's like um I believe it's like Itadori and Toto running up the branches that Hanami has sprouted
I
to
vague.
go up and like
I think I
punch her.
remember what you were talking about. That was a really cool scene. Plus, the whole clapping thing is so fun.
Oh yeah, no. I was yeah, because basically it starts off with like just Toto letting Itadori go in to kind of train him on like trying to use the Black Flash against an opponent. Um, but it's like Itadori kind of gets mad at one point, and I just like before like even before we get into Toto starting to tag it, we just get Toto slapping Itadori, being like, "You need to remain calm, bro."
Who
I'm just
is
like,
Toto's voice actor in the English dub? Because he vaguely sounds familiar. I'm gonna look it up.
um, I forget who it is. What is it? Let's see.
Xander Mobus.
Um, yeah, that man has range. It's done by someone. He's done by Subaru
He
Kimura in
also does
Japanese,
Toge
and
Inumaki. That's fun.
hmm.
And he's the arrow demon from Demon Slayer.
Oh, that's funny. So the Japanese voice actor for Toto did the Muscle Mouse
Oh, that's
from the
fun.
Entertainment District arc.
Toto's voice actor also
Um,
is the butcher guy that wanted to turn um, Gojo into what was it a coat rack?
Coat Rack. Yeah, yeah. No, it's yeah. That was gosh. I still don't quite get that, but
Wait,
regardless,
isn't Ren the main guy from Persona 5?
yeah, Joker. Yeah,
Yeah, he's also Joker.
yeah. No, I know.
Okay,
Like I said, Xander Mopus has range.
fair enough.
He does the announcer from Smash 4 onwards as well,
Oh, that's so cool.
at least at the moment. But yeah. Um, but anyways, getting back to the fight. Yeah, we like once Toto starts tacking in and whatnot, we get an introduction to his boogie woogie powers, which I think is hinted at earlier back in the Itadori and Toto fight, where
It
he like
definitely is because he uses it.
teleport. Yeah, he teleports away one of his like teammates because like they were trying to intervene back then, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it shoots the stare of, yeah, I'm gonna kill you all if you don't leave right now. Um, but basically, we get to see Boogie Woogie finally in action in an actual fight, and man, does it work really well.
That it is really cool.
Yeah, I'm like, for a power as simple as teleportation, it's used to really good effect in the show.
It also has such a fun name, Boogie
Yeah, Boogie
Woogie.
Woogie. It is it is honestly such just gosh, I really do like that, and it's just yeah, but basically we get them teaming up. We get Itadori doing the Flash. I think like 4 times in a row, basically at the same record as Nanami.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many like and like AMI ending like names.
Yes. Hanami, Nanami. Uh, yeah, that would be really frustrating.
And if you want to stretch it, Megumi as well. Just me ending names, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing against it, but man, it just gets confusing sometimes. But yeah, I don't know what else to say other than like I really liked it, and like you know, the animation is good. Oh, oh, there were like two uses of Boogie Woogie that I really liked, and that was switching Itadori with the weapon, and then Toto switching with Hanami to throw her into her own attack.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, other than that, the fight basically ends with because Gojo is finally able to break through the barrier that was set up like once the curses had invaded, because it was basically a barrier meant to just keep out Gojo, and he's like, yeah, let me just combine my two most powerful attacks, red and blue, into this purple thing, and shoot a freaking like laser that creates the crater of like the size of like a canyon or something like that, and also drains the life out of all the. Or actually, no, the draining life thing was from Hanami. That
That
wasn't
was
from
Hanami.
Gojo.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
forget, Gojo is the single strongest character in the show.
So far at the moment, at
Without
least.
a doubt, no competition.
Yeah, I don't know if that changes anytime soon, but
I would hope not.
yeah. But yeah, so once like basically Hanami's dealt with, we flash over to Gakuganji, which is the principal from the Kyoto school. And he breaks out basically the power of rock as like his like a curse weapon, and I don't know. I do really like that just this old man uses the power of rock as his weapon. Um because I don't know. It just seems like kind of like I don't know, like those time period clashing type things.
Yeah.
Um, it's like he has such a cool power, and it's like after this, like I think like Gakuganji's like okay, I've seen what like kind of is like I see what Itadori can do, like so I'll be wary of him, but I won't try and outright kill him anymore. But I don't know. I may have just been reading potentially into it wrong, but I'm unsure.
I'm not sure either. I I don't think we've seen the last of him and him trying to kill Itadori, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to see, because we only know up to where the anime ends. So, but basically, after everything's died down, and like everyone's like set up for like what's next, because there's supposed to be like basically 2 rounds to this event, and normally it's like one-on-ones and whatnot, because I think that's just what's put into like because they draw and whatnot that's put in the most. But this time someone someone rigged the vote, whose name is definitely not Satoru Gojo. Nope.
Absolutely
Um,
not. He would never do anything such as that. Gojo would
nope.
never cheat.
Nope. He never would do anything to basically set it up just to be a freaking baseball game.
He would
And
never do anything because he hates the elders and likes the students.
yeah, definitely not. The baseball game, while probably not going to say much about it, I do find just that the fun thing, like a fun little thing is that literally every single character has like a fun fact thing put under them, like when they go up to bat. I don't remember like what any of them are at this moment, but I do just remember it being like that is pretty like some of them were pretty funny. I
Yeah.
think one of them was just well, and also I think we just we get this thing where like everyone hates Toto, even Itadori, who's like, yeah, I don't know, there was some weird vibe that came over me when we were fighting in the event and whatnot. I don't know why you keep calling me brother, but yeah, no, that was poor Toto, hated literally by everyone.
Yeah.
He
I
just wants
don't
to
I
be
don't know
brother.
why. He seems like such a fun person to hang out with.
Well, he's a fun person to hang out with if you have like strong likes.
That is true.
So I guess just looking at like I guess from every other perspective, yeah, pretty understandable. But when you just see him with like Itadori and that like in the rest of the arc, it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to hate Toto because of that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So after that, I don't know how long it is after this, but basically, what like I think like also at the end of the arc we see like the curses regroup. And they talk about like their attack on Shibuya and the bringing up that they stole the death painting curses, which will be like, or at least 2 of the brothers of the death painting trio will be the villains in this like in the next arc, which we're going into momentarily. And that they stole 3 Asukuna's fingers from the storage house.
Yes.
Yeah, not much to say other than Jugo is healed from his fight with Gojo from earlier in the season.
Jugo is no longer just ahead.
Nope. And Hanami now understands the thrill of battle like Mahito.
Great.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. So into the death painting arc, it basically has like Itadori, Nobara, and Fushiguro head back to like his former school and whatnot because like these three people who were former students at it were found dead like a few weeks ago because they did like this like test of courage thing under the bridge near the school, and it's apparently become like a cursed place ever since Sukuna's fingers woke up again. Um, so basically, we learned that Fushiguro's sister is in danger because of this, because she was there, and Fushiguro starts to kind of act on his own, kind of in a rash way. And it's not like Itadori and Nobara don't see like what's wrong. Like they try and ask him, like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" Um, but it is just Fushiguro wanting to like kind of do this on its own because he feels like his it's his responsibility in a way, and he just wants to like save his sister, especially because we get like into his flashback and whatnot, like of his time back in middle school, like when he didn't think highly of his sister and like why do good people do good things even if like other people hurt them and whatnot, and it's like only after his sister falls into a coma that like he comes to like his resolution of like he won't save everyone, but he will save like the good people, like what he deems as good people, which is like why he said that back to Itadori,
Yeah,
like back during their fight. Um, but yeah, it is a nice little flashback, just kind of like getting to see where like Fushiguro came from and whatnot, and like how he got like what he holds for his standards today, and like or at least today in the story, I should say. But yeah,
that makes sense.
any thoughts on just like this part of the arc?
No, you could obviously tell that Fushiguro was gonna do something stupid, but you know the anime is not gonna let anyone do something stupid. So obviously, Itadori went with him, and no,
Well,
Nobara, that's her name.
if this was yeah, if this was let's just say another shonen anime, cough cough Naruto, cough cough, they would just let the emo boy go off and do his own thing, whether that took him down the wrong path or not. Cough cough Sasuke, cough cough. Um,
What? No.
yeah, this is I definitely think very much this is like poking at the like at the idea of like, oh yeah, like that, like the guy who's a bit more like standoffish and whatnot is gonna go off on his own and do something rash and whatnot, and then it's gonna need the heroes to come in and save him last minute. But instead, no, they all go in and at least they start all together and whatnot. But they eventually break up once we like the death painting womb brothers come into the like basically the realm of it's basically like a smaller demon that had eaten like one of Sukuna's fingers, so he has like that kind of form, like at least what I deem like formless special grade curses, because like they look pretty similar and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, it's like at this point I believe that like because they all like go under the bridge and whatnot. Um, but Fushiguro is left to fight the Sukuna finger special grade on his own, while the other two are taken basically out of the domain by the death painting brothers. At least two of them. And so we'll get back to that, but I'm gonna focus on just the Fushiguro versus the Sukuna finger curse for now, because we basically get Fushiguro is pushed very much into a corner. And so he has to tap into like his potential that Sukuna saw in him, and we finally get to see Fushiguro's domain, and man, does it look cool.
Yes. I definitely remember what it looks like. Absolutely. I do
It
not.
was basically like it was all of his like animals like in shadow form, and like they'd come out of like anywhere and be able to attack and whatnot.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I I I remember that like you said that this one like, while you I think you said like that while you like it, it's like your least favorite out of the domains that
If I
we've
remember
seen so
correctly,
far.
they could have done more with it. Like they could have just done like not avoid like um not avoid like Gojo's, but like maybe just like a black mass of like wriggling shadows where like his animals come out of. I don't know. I thought
Yeah,
they could do something more
like
interesting with it than just it's still the cave, but he didn't just use his animals.
no, no, it isn't a cave. It isn't the cave. It's like literally the shadows of all his animals form around him and whatnot.
Oh, again, it's been a month since I've seen it. I don't fully remember what it looks like.
Yeah, it's at least I think cooler than Jogo's.
Jogo's was pretty.
Because Jogo's was
Jogo's was visually interesting, but like not power interesting.
it was literally just a volcano and
Yeah,
magma.
but at least there was something to look at. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like the like because like all the shadows were. I don't know. Maybe that's just the like the animation like the person who I'm the type of person who like focuses on like the animation behind the stuff of it and like the shadows are all moving like separately and whatnot. That's like what makes the effect really cool in my opinion. Um, but yeah, getting like on the topic of domains, and I know that we did this prior though. It has been a while. What rank just like the top three domains that we've seen so far?
Uh, Number one, obviously Gojo, not a competition.
Yeah,
Number
yeah. No, that
two,
one really isn't.
I want to say who's the one that I call the Dabi Shigaraki fusion?
Mahito.
Mahito's the only other one that I can visually remember. It was just the infinitely repeating hands. That was pretty cool to look at. And actually,
Yeah, it is
that
pretty
was cool
cool.
power wise and to look at.
Yeah, I mean, like, while it is, I'm like, I don't know. It's literally, the power is that he can just have you in the palm of his hand and like can mutate you at any time, basically. But we don't ever get to see it in action. So while it looks cool and whatnot, I don't know. It ranks third for me just because if we
Well,
actually see
yeah,
Fushiguro's domain in action.
all right, third, but then also Sukuna's would rank second for me. I just have to get a picture of. Let me look up what Mega Fushiguro's looks like. But I think Sukuna's has to be on that list. Just the pile of skulls and then the skull throne. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, I forget that Sukuna's domain exists. I don't know. It's not that it isn't
Okay, you
like
know what? Actually,
visually
his isn't.
interesting.
Fushiguro's isn't that bad. Just the shadows that. Okay, no, you know his would rank. If we're going on powers from what we know, I would say Fushiguro second. But like appearances, I still would rank Mahito above Fushiguro on appearances. I don't know. Ever since Doctor
Fair
Strange,
enough.
infinitely folding and repeating things are always something nice to look at.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's just different opinions on that. But regardless, so Fushiguro with his domain is finally able to defeat the Sukuna finger curse, and the man is wiped after that though. Like man collapses with the finger curse domains domain collapsing and Fushiguro just like does not get back up until like Itadori and Nobara find him after their fight.
That is, yeah.
Um yeah, but so we get to Itadori and Nobara versus the death painting curse bloom like brothers and whatnot. And while it is a short fight, man, like Nobara just goes all out in that fight. I think.
Yes. We're talking about after she gets that tattoo on her face. Cause she goes
Yeah, like
ham
once they
after that. That was really cool. Her ingenuity was amazing in that.
Yeah, because basically, because that like that mark is caused by them splitting splitting, not splitting, spitting blood onto them, and it's basically like meant to be like a toxic, like a toxin that'll kill them.
Yeah.
Um, but like Nobara's like, well, that was your big mistake because I can literally use my voodoo curse techniques and hurt you so bad from just hitting myself. To which, man, those nails got hurt hitting into her, but man, does it look so cool.
Yeah.
Just like she literally takes out one of them just by hitting like the nails into her body, and I'm like, that takes some dedication.
She do go ham in that fight, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then like basically once like the youngest brother dies, the middle brother is like, I guess I gotta run away now because I'm clearly outmatched here. And then Itadori just catches him like catches up to him on a truck and just beats him down with Black Flash.
Yeah, he wasn't getting out of that alive.
No, no, it's honestly a really good fight. It's just Itadori feels bad about it because like they're both like both of them were both like half curse, half human type things and whatnot,
Yeah.
and so like Itadori still just feels like regret about like taking human life, which is good because it's like it's definitely like his humanizing factor, but it's like also something like that he kind of in situations kind of needs to overcome. Like not he doesn't have to dismiss it, but
Yeah.
which we've like kind of seen him slowly do because he dealt with like the kind of like malfigured humans that Mahito had back in like back when he fought him and whatnot. But it's like still definitely doesn't mean that it weighs any less on him.
Yeah.
But otherwise, after that, they meet up with Fushiguro, and Itadori grabs the finger from Fushiguro, and Sukuna just opens up his hand and just eats it.
Yeah, I remember that now.
So,
And did you wait? Did you say Fushiguro? Do you mean Sukuna?
did I say Fushiguro when
I
I
think
said
I
the
think
hand thing? I
I
meant
think you said
Sukuna.
Fushiguro.
If I did, I meant Sukuna.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty much that's where it ends for like our heroes. With Itadori having eaten four of the fingers at this point, I believe. So
I believe he's at four. Four does sound correct.
yeah, because he gets the two from Gojo, the third one from the prison, not the prison, the detention hall, and then yeah, this will be the fourth one.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, but it ends with Toto and I forget her name, but she's like the other blue haired chick staff who really likes money. And
My
basically she takes the
May.
money from May.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what that's because I distinctly remember. There's Maki, Mai, and May, and it frustrates me every time.
Another like very very similar naming scheme with a ma at the beginning.
Yes.
Um yeah, no, basically she's just like, yeah, I'll do what you ask of me. I don't play for any side really. I just play for the money.
Yeah. Whoever's paying me the
um
most is who I'm friends with.
yeah. Um to which I know it's kind of a scummy like or not like scummy per se, but it's like kind of very morally gray on that. But I don't know. I just really like her character design.
Yeah.
Um, but her and Toto recommend basically Panda, Maki, Itadori, and Nobara all to first grade sorcerers, and that's pretty much where the season ends.
Yep.
Yeah, but and that's pretty much about it for season one of Jujutsu Kaisen. Just kind of to go over my overall thoughts, and then I'll give Matt his time to talk about it a little bit. Um, I definitely like when I first watched this. I definitely enjoyed it, but like watching it the second time, I've definitely like gained like some more appreciation for like some of the smaller things that the show has done.
Yeah.
How about you, Matt?
All right. Let's see. Final thoughts for this season. I think this gotta be one of my like top three animes. Have to, yeah, definitely top three. Don't ask me to give that order because I don't know. It's just in the top three.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Um, have you
But
watched more than three? I forget.
more than three. Yes, I've watched more than three animes, Josh. Not many more, but let's see. Started out with SAO, then we did Dragon Ball, then Seven Deadly Sins. Then I stopped watching anime for a while. And then I picked up
And then My Hero,
My
Demon
Hero,
Slayer, and
Demon
then
Slayer,
Jujutsu
One
Kaisen.
Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm counting One
Yeah.
Piece. So yeah, definitely top
Okay.
three. I would put. Let's
Yeah.
see if I had to rank it. Ugh, I think My Hero just because it's got more story going for it than Demon Slayer than Jujutsu Kaisen. Like Demon
Fair
Slayer's more
enough.
battle
I mean,
heavy,
you
but
haven't gotten too
it's
far into.
much more prettier.
Yeah. Um. No, I think like Jujutsu Kaisen does a really good thing of balancing like its philosophies and its fights as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel very heavy on the story.
Um. I mean,
But it is also, we're only in the
are we
first
talking
season.
Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen?
Jujutsu Kaisen, and we are only in the first season, so that is fair.
Yeah, I mean, because Demon Slayer is also like very much battle focused as well.
Yeah, but Jujutsu Kaisen has feels like it has more of a story going for it. But like,
Yeah,
I don't know. Neither of those feel like very big plot heavy. Like I guess I don't know. I guess My Hero has it because it's gone on for so
yeah.
much longer that it feels definitely more story focused.
Well, yeah, I think it's just also because it has like the most episodes out of all of them at the
Oh,
moment.
most definitely. I mean, My Hero has 5 seasons, and both of them. Well, Demon Slayer has two,
Yeah,
and Jujutsu Kaisen only has one.
yeah.
But My Hero
Which
is a
they'll
lot
soon
less
have
battle
more, but
focused.
yeah. Well, it'll sometimes have arcs where yeah, battling is not the focus at all.
Yeah, I think I kind of like those.
Yeah, yeah, and I think you're not far enough into One Piece to really have an opinion on it yet,
I look.
or
One
at least
Piece
not a
is
concrete opinion yet.
like from what I've seen of One Piece, it's good. I just don't want to watch enough of it that I can have a concrete opinion on it. Because I don't feel like I'd be. I don't feel I'd be confident enough to have a concrete opinion until I've seen all 1,020 episodes at this point, and I don't want to watch them. I don't like. I know will eventually do it, but like I don't really want to watch all 1,020 episodes of One Piece. How close was
Yeah, no,
I?
I honestly I believe episode 1020 comes out like this week, so
Yes. That's the only reason I know that is because you showed me
or
that
so
documentary, and that was a pretty good
or
like.
something close. Yeah, or something close to it. I believe 117 was last week, so it's like 118. But I'm also kind of counting like the special episode that they did over Golden Week, so it's like technically 119 or 1019. But whatever.
Close enough.
Yeah, I like it's close enough, honestly. Um, but but yeah, I feel like you'll have a at least like a decent opinion of One Piece by the end of the East Blue Saga.
I'm imagining I'm gonna like it, but like I don't. I still don't want to like it.
It's okay. We'll get you there eventually.
Feels like a hostage negotiation.
Yeah, that's how it is most of the time with One Piece fans trying to convince other non One Piece fans.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll hopefully be covering that stuff soon, and also returning with My Hero and everything else pretty soon. But other than that, feel free to check out Matt on his Twitch channel at Tyrion King. And other than that, thanks again for watching. Feel free to do all the all the things that people tell you to do if you want. And thanks so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.